There's a mineral running 300 different processes inside your body right now, and there's a good chance you're running dangerously low on it. It's not vitamin D. It's not iron. And the scary part? You could get a full blood test tomorrow, and it still wouldn't catch it. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your body's been sending you warning signs for months, and why nobody's been listening. Stop scrolling for a second. Your eyelid has been twitching for the last few days. You get random leg cramps at 3 a.m. that jolt you awake. You sleep 8 hours but still wake up exhausted. You've probably blamed stress. You've probably blamed your phone. But what if none of that is the real reason? What if your body is missing one single mineral, and it's been trying to warn you for months? Let's talk about magnesium. Most people think of it as that muscle cramp thing. Maybe you've seen it on a supplement bottle and scrolled past. But here's what almost nobody tells you. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions inside your body. Every single heartbeat, every nerve signal that fires, every time a muscle contracts and then relaxes again, your energy production at the cellular level, even your ability to fall asleep at night, magnesium is quietly running the machinery behind almost everything your body does. And here's the uncomfortable part. Research suggests a very large percentage of adults, especially those over 30, are walking around with suboptimal magnesium levels. Not because they're doing anything obviously wrong. It's more complicated than that. Modern farming has stripped a lot of magnesium out of our soil, which means even fruits and vegetables carry less of it than they did decades ago. Chronic stress, the kind almost everyone lives with now, burns through magnesium reserves faster than the body can replace them. And that coffee you rely on to get through the morning? It increases magnesium loss through urine. Even certain common medications, like some blood pressure drugs and acid reflux medications, interfere with how much magnesium your body absorbs. So layer by layer, without realizing it, a huge number of people are running a hidden deficiency. And it doesn't show up as one dramatic symptom. It shows up as a dozen small, easily dismissed ones. Let's break down what that actually looks like, because chances are you've experienced more of these than you think. It usually starts small, an eyelid twitch that won't stop, a finger that trembles slightly when you're tired. These are called fasciculations, tiny involuntary muscle contractions, and they happen because magnesium is essential for regulating how your nerves communicate with your muscles. Without enough of it, that communication gets glitchy. Next, the leg cramps. That sudden, painful lockup in your calf at night. Most people reach for water, assuming dehydration. But magnesium's real job here is muscle relaxation. Calcium tells your muscle to contract. Magnesium is what tells it to let go. When magnesium is low, your muscles contract and simply don't get the signal to release. Then there's the fatigue. Not the kind that a nap fixes, the deep, unexplainable exhaustion that persists even after a full night's sleep. That's because magnesium is a required component in producing ATP, adenosine triphosphate, literally the energy currency your cells run on. No magnesium, no efficient energy production. Your cells are trying to run a factory with the power constantly flickering. And it doesn't stop at muscles and energy. Here's where this gets genuinely concerning. Your heart runs on electrical signals. Magnesium helps regulate that electrical rhythm, working alongside calcium and potassium to keep your heartbeat steady. Chronic, long-term magnesium deficiency has been associated with heart palpitations, irregular heart rhythms, and in more severe cases, an increased risk of cardiovascular complications. That fluttering feeling in your chest you felt once or twice and brushed off? For some people, that's not nothing. Your brain isn't spared either. Magnesium plays a direct role in regulating cortisol, your primary stress hormone, and supports the neurotransmitters responsible for calm, stable mood. Multiple studies have found a link between low magnesium status and higher rates of anxiety and low mood. Which means some of what feels like just stress or just a bad week might actually be your brain chemistry struggling under a mineral shortage. And then there's sleep. Magnesium helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest mode. Without enough of it, your nervous system stays subtly stuck in alert mode, even when you're lying in bed exhausted. That's why some people sleep 8 hours and still wake up feeling like they never slept at all. Twitching muscles, cramping legs, bone-deep fatigue, a heart that skips a beat, a mind that won't settle. Individually, they seem unrelated. Doctors might send you home with, "It's probably just stress." But look at that list again. Every single one of them can trace back to the same missing mineral. And here is the part that genuinely shocks people when they learn it. You cannot reliably catch this on a standard blood test. Only about 1% of the magnesium in your entire body is actually stored in your blood. The other 99% is stored inside your bones, muscles, and tissues. So when your body starts running low, it pulls magnesium out of those reserves specifically to keep your blood levels looking normal. It's a survival mechanism, protecting your blood at the expense of everything else. Which means you can walk into a doctor's office, get a standard blood panel, be told your magnesium is fine, and still be significantly deficient where it actually matters. This is one of the biggest reasons magnesium deficiency goes undiagnosed for years. The test that's supposed to catch it is often the reason it gets missed. Think about that for a second. Right now, there are likely millions of people experiencing cramps, fatigue, anxiety, and heart palpitations, holding a lab report in their hand that says everything is normal, while their body has been quietly depleting itself for months, maybe years. So what do you actually do with this information? First, food. Magnesium-rich foods include leafy greens like spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, cashews, dark chocolate with high cocoa content, avocados, and bananas. Building these into your regular diet is the safest starting point for most people. Second, pay attention to what's draining it. High caffeine intake, high alcohol consumption, and chronic unmanaged stress all accelerate magnesium loss. You don't need to eliminate these entirely, but being aware of the trade-off matters. Third, if you're experiencing persistent muscle cramps, unexplained fatigue, heart palpitations, or anxiety that doesn't have an obvious cause, don't just accept your blood work is normal as the final answer. Ask specifically about magnesium status and discuss whether further evaluation or supplementation makes sense for your situation with a qualified healthcare provider. This is not something to self-diagnose or self-treat with high-dose supplements. Magnesium can interact with medications and isn't right for everyone, especially those with kidney issues. The goal here isn't to scare you into panic. It's to make you look at symptoms you've been dismissing for months and finally connect the dots. Your body doesn't send random signals. Every twitch, every cramp, every wave of unexplainable exhaustion, it's communication. The question is whether you're listening, or whether you're going to keep scrolling past it like everyone else does. If this video connected some dots for you, hit subscribe, because this is just the first entry in a full deficiency series. Next, we're covering a deficiency that quietly affects how your entire nervous system handles stress. And odds are, you're dealing with it right now without knowing it. I'll see you in the next one.